All right, guys. So something I've commonly seen with trading, with just traders, even with my previous experiences as well, is that everybody always wants to guess a high and a low just because honestly, I don't even know. I can't even explain why people try to chase highs and lows. And the reason why that's an issue is because obviously you're going to see that, well, you know that 96% of traders do not profit. And honestly, a reason of that for me is because people don't pay attention to structure, people don't pay attention to momentum, which is why those are two very clear topics that we talk about in the mentorship in the course. And a lot of people like to guess highs and lows when in fact if they look for the continuation 9 times out of 10 they're gonna get it. And I'm going to show you an example here with Euro USD. But before we get to that, I want you guys to write this down, and I want you guys to write this in your trading plan in any way, or on your whiteboard, at your desk, or anything. But 80% of trades should be continuations, and the rest, the 20%, should be reversals. Why? Because you don't want to think in that reversal mindset. You always want to continue trend, because every time you're chasing reversal, 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure that you have no reason to take that reversal trade. And a lot of losses, in my opinion, originate because of that, because people aren't able to read structure, which is why that's the first topic in this mentorship, because structure is literally the key to everything. Honestly, if I don't care if you trade sponsored candles and efficiencies, or if you even trade other methods, Elliott Wave, MMM, market maker models, etc., etc., etc. It's like if you don't trade what I show you here, I want you to take one thing out of this course, and it's structure. Structure is the number one thing in trading, because it'll show you so much, and I mean that from both a macro scale and a scalping scale. But anyways, back to why continuations should basically be the thing is, it'll make you the most money, because all you got to do is let the candles guide you to where they want to go, and all you got to do is follow it. There is no secret to this, right? So I'm going to show you something here. This was an intraday trade, right, for Euro USD this morning, and I'm going to show you something. So many people are in short positions, and when I'm looking at it, this was yesterday's daily closure, and it does not make sense to me whatsoever why people are selling this, because it just doesn't make sense. The previous daily closure was bullish, and when I was looking at this, when I took the trade, it was actually like 9 a.m. I believe. Yeah, it was at 9 a.m. So that means the 4-hour closure had already occurred, and that was, is it 4 to 8? That was this closure here, right? So the two previous closures have been bullish, which means direction is to the upside. I have every reason to continue trend here. So why in the world am I looking for that reversal? It's more than likely not going to happen. And so I zoom into lower time frames, as I always do. And before this trade happens, right? Before this trade happens, what do I see? I see consistently higher low, higher low, higher lows being achieved, right? In this whole way up, this whole run up, higher lows, right? Like I said, in an uptrend is invalidated when higher lows are essentially smashed. And as you can see, the trend is up, right? So all I gotta do is find the continuation setup. What do I see here? I see higher low formed. I see second higher low formed. Notice that this probably mitigated something inside this candle to then react to the upside and broke structure. So now this is my candle of interest. This is my SC, and it came back 50%, 4 to 5 pip stop, continued trend, and it peaked out right at my basically the end of my trading sessions, which is around 12, like I said. And that would have been a 19 to 1 trade. That's 20% basically on one trade in a matter of 2 to 3 hours. and it follows every single rule in my trading plan. It follows trend. I play off an SC, right? There's previous liquidity to be taken, and I have no reason to short. I have no reason to think otherwise. So why would I try to chase that reversal, right? Because you're gonna try to say, like for example here, the trend is up, right? But now you see higher high, higher low. You see corrective structure forming. You're gonna try to say, oh, momentum is not shifting because it's faster to go down than it went up, and you're gonna tell me that this is now a downtrend. But if you zoom out, looking at your 15 minute and 30-minute structure, your structure hasn't broken yet. It's still intact. All this is a pullback. And when it fails, you're gonna be like, "Oh, Fredo, your concepts don't work. You're full of shit." Blah blah blah. I'm like, no, like you just don't understand that the higher time frames is what's gonna tell you direction. And yesterday's daily closed bullish. If we can get there, right? Yesterday's daily was bullish. The 4-hour closure that closed an hour ago is bullish. So why would I look for that reversal? And it just doesn't make sense. You're in essence, you're just trying to throw away money, and in no ways is that okay. I mean, if it's for you, if that's what you want to do, cool. But I don't teach that. I don't want you to do that, you know. So always pursue the continuation, because it's more than likely gonna be the deciding factor on whether or not your win rate is positive, and by positive I mean above 50%. But honestly, even though win rate isn't the most important thing, I'm not just gonna throw away capital, you know, and you shouldn't either. So pay attention to H4 closures, pay attention to daily closures, and from there just continue trend. There's nothing hard about it. Just don't be that guy that's chasing those reversals, you know. So yeah, guys, hopefully that made sense. But yeah, guys, just pursue the trend, follow trend, don't go against trend, because you gotta realize at the end of the day, we're just quote unquote retail traders. There is nothing special about us. The money we put into the market does not affect it whatsoever. So there's no way we're gonna compete with algorithms and the bigger banks, right? So in essence, just follow what they're doing. All right, just follow what they're doing, follow trend, follow momentum, and that's where you're gonna see your success. So